Alright, sweet. So, let's go to notes. Day 4, like I said, we're going to be multiplying and dividing today. So, yesterday we talked about just simplifying the rational expressions. Today we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing them. Before we can do that though, let's try and remember. How do I multiply fractions? What's that? Just straight across, right? Multiply 2 times 4 is 8. Over 3 times 5 is 15. Very good. That's exactly how we multiply fractions. Now what about the second one? 3 over 4 times 10 over 6.
30 over 24.
Ooh, is that how you leave your answer?
You can simplify it.
You'd reduce it, right, to 5 over 4. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, listen for 2 seconds, that's all I need. Really important here. Turn your ears on. In fractions like that, you can do it like this, because you guys all know 3 times 10 is 30, and 4 times 6 is 24. You all know that, right? When we start dealing with rational expressions, it might be easier to simplify it before we actually multiply it, right? I could look at this and say, well, 3 and 6, I can take a 3 out of both. 10 and 4, I can take a 2 out of both. I get 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 2 is 4. It gets me the exact same answer. If I simplify first and then multiply, I get the same answer as multiplying and then simplifying. Really cool, right? And you guys can do it without simplifying first because they're numbers. When we start dealing with rational expressions, we will always simplify first, because it's going to make it way easier. Right? How many of you want to do x squared minus 3x plus 5 times x squared minus 7x plus 9?
No.
How many of you want to do that?
No.
Probably none of you, right? So if we simplify it first, it's going to be way easier to do the multiplication. Alright, so that's just why I wanted to show you that. Like, you can multiply it first, but with what we're going to be doing, we should simplify first. Alright? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's try it. 7 over 8 times 2x plus 4 over 21. Now, before we can simplify, right, we did simplifying yesterday. What was our first step? What did we do first? Factor first, right? So I'm going to say it a million times today. Factor first, then simplify, then multiply. So, 7 over 8. I can't factor anything there. Times that numerator. Can I factor it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what can I take out of there? 2. I can take a GCF out, right? So I get 2 times x plus 2 over 21. 21 doesn't factor. Alright, now that I factored, now I'm going to simplify it, and then I'm going to multiply it. So, simplifying. If I look, I have 7 and I have 21. Guys, it doesn't matter which fractions they're in. As long as one is in the numerator, one is in the denominator. It can be from the same fraction, it can be from different fractions, but I need one in the numerator, one in the denominator. So I can look and say 7 and 21. I can take a 7 out of both of those. Becomes 1, becomes 3. It doesn't matter they're not in the same fraction, as long as one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator. Alright? 2 and 8, I can take a 2 out of. Becomes 1, becomes 4. You see anything else we can simplify?
Can you take the 2?
Can I take the 2? No, right? It's attached. X plus 2. That's attached to each other, so I can't take the 2. So I'm done simplifying. Now I can do the multiplication. 1 times x plus 2 is just x plus 2 over 4 times 3 is 12. Once you've multiplied, double check it. Can I simplify anything? No. Not in this case, that's my answer. X plus 2
Oh yeah, I gotta go over another one. It's confusing.
What made no sense? Which part?
The top.
When you got 2 over 21, like the step.
Yeah, that
What
one.
is the red step?
Okay, so that's what I took. So 7 and 21.
Okay,
I can take both a 7 out of both.
okay,
Take a 7 out of 7, I got 1.
Oh, okay.
7 out of 21, I got 3.
okay,
2 and 8, I can take a 2 out of both.
okay.
Got a 1, and I got a 4. So that's where I got that from.
And where did it go?
Then I multiplied. 1 times x plus 2 is x plus 2. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay?
How did you get the 2 and the 2x plus 2 up top in the green? In the green.
In the green.
Yeah,
How do I get that? Because
Yeah,
I factored a GCF out of here. Right? Okay, you can take a 2 out of both of those and factor it out. Okay? Okay, let's try another one, see if it helps. Okay? 12x squared y over 5y squared times 2xy over 3x squared. Factor first. Can I factor anything here?
No.
No, don't confuse factoring and simplifying. We can simplify, but there's nothing to factor. So I go to simplify. If I look, remember, it can be anything in the numerator and anything in the denominator. Doesn't matter which fraction it's in. Look at my numbers, at least. Let's start with the numbers. Do I have a number on top and on bottom that I can take something out of?
Why?
Well, just the numbers right now.
Oh.
No.
12
12
and
and
3, right?
Just like a
I
3.
can take a 3 out of both. That 3 becomes a 1.
4.
12 becomes a 4. Okay, good start. Let's look at my x values. I have x squared, and I have x, and then I have x squared in the denominator.
X squares.
So I can take an x squared out of both x squared and x squared.
So X.
Right? Top and bottom.
Does it just cancel out?
Now they cancel, they technically turn into 1s, but you don't have to put them there. As I said, you don't have to put the 1s there, you just need to know that it turns into 1.
Alright.
Okay? Then let's look at, I have y and I have y squared.
1y.
I can take 1y away. I'm left with
1.
1y in the denominator. Am I done yet?
No.
No. What else can I simplify here?
The Y.
The y's again, right? I have another y in my numerator, and I still have a y in my denominator. Okay, they technically once again turn into 1.
2x.
Okay, so I'm going to do 4 times 2x.
8x.
I get 8x over 5 times 1. That's all that's left down there. 8x over 5. That's my final answer. Alright? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do we have any questions before I keep going? I know, it kind of went quick, but I want to make sure you get out the bottom. Do we have questions?
So there's 2xy squared and then 5 and then there's 1y. So where does the other y go?
Okay, so I got the y here, and the y squared canceled. I was left with 1. I was left with just y. Then I had the y over here that I took out of the numerator and the denominator. They both canceled.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright, should we try another?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try another. 7y over y plus 2 times 2y plus 4 over 21. Okay, same thing. Factor first.
Y.
Okay, I can't factor 7y. I can't factor y plus 2. I can factor my numerator though. And I can take a greatest common factor out of 2y plus 4. I can take a 2 out of both. Becomes 2 times y plus 2 over 21. Factor first. Take the GCF out. That's the only thing that factored there. Alright. Now that I factored, now I can simplify. What do I have in both the numerator and denominator that I can simplify?
The y.
What y?
The 7y and the y.
Can I just do that? Can I just take this
Oh,
y
wait,
away?
no.
No, remember that's y plus 2. I can't do that.
Oh
7
yeah, take a 7.
and
21.
21. I can take a 7 out of both. Becomes 1. Becomes 3. There's something else I can do there.
Oh, the y plus 2 can they cancel out?
Yeah, the y plus 2's can cancel, right? I have a whole y plus 2 up here. I have a whole y plus 2 down here. If you have that whole term, they can cancel each other. They can simplify.
Y squared over 3.
Yes, sir.
Or don't 2.
Why don't you go y plus 4?
Right here?
Yeah.
Because I take a 2 out of both the 2y and the 4. So remember, if I redistribute this, it needs to equal 2y plus 4. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So now I'm gonna multiply. I'm done simplifying. Now I multiply. Y times 2. 2y over. This is 1 technically. Times 3 would be 3. 2y over 3. Okay? Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Alright, the next one. It's tricky.
Put a 1 underneath.
What'd you say?
Put a 1 underneath.
Put a 1 underneath it, right? I don't have two fractions right now, but I know 15 is the same as 15 over 1.
So
Well, now I need to see, can I factor anything? Remember, factor, not simplify right now, factor. No factoring needs to be done. But I can simplify. Okay, I can simplify 15 and 6. I can take what out of both? 3. Becomes 2. Becomes 5 when I divide it by 3, right? Okay? Anything else?
No.
No. Right, remember, you can't do the 4. It's part of 4x plus 5. So I get 5 times 4x plus 5 when I multiply over 2. Now, can I leave my answer like that?
No. Or yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Right? Or you can distribute it. It's really up to you. You can write 20x plus 25 over 2. That would be good. Or 5 times 4x plus 5 over 2.
Oh, so you won't muck around if you
So if you distribute, you're good. If you don't distribute, that's fine as well.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, I've got 2 more multiplying problems, then we get 2 dividing, we're done. Yes, ma'am?
How did you turn a 6 into a 2?
So, because I took the 3 out of both 6 and 15. Okay? Alright. E. We have a little more factoring in this one. X squared minus x minus 2 over 3 times 21 over x squared minus 4. Factor first. The top part here. I'm looking for numbers that multiply to negative 2 and add to negative 1.
Wait.
Multiplies to negative 2.
So it's
Adds to negative 1.
Negative
negative 2
1.
and 1.
Negative 2 and 1. So x minus 2, x plus 1 over 3 times 21 over, hey, x squared minus 4. We have a special name for that.
Oh, is this square? The square? The
Or number.
You're really close.
Hold
Starts with a D.
on, let me find it.
Do that, yeah, do it.
Do so.
She beat you to it. Difference of perfect squares. So remember, take the square root of both. X plus 2, x minus 2. Good. Do we all follow the factoring steps?
Yes.
Do we have any questions on the factoring steps?
Nope.
They gonna fail it.
Okay, I'm going to keep going then. So after I factor, I simplify. Well, if I look, x minus 2 in my numerator
Cancel out.
and denominator. I can cancel those out. I can simplify them. What else can I simplify in numerator and denominator?
21 and 3.
21 and 3. I can take a 3 out of both. 1, 7. Alright. Can I simplify anything else?
No.
No, so now I'm going to do my multiplication. X plus 1 times 7, or 7 times x plus 1, over 1 times x plus 2, which is just x plus 2. You can leave your answer like that. That's perfectly fine. Or you can do
7x plus
7x plus 7 by distributing over x plus 2. Either one of those are good answers. No, you cannot cancel the x's out. Absolutely not. Alright?
Yep.
Biggest mistake. People just start crossing x's off. Don't do it. Don't fall in the trap. Okay. One more multiplying, then we'll get to dividing. And dividing, if you can get multiplying, you can get dividing. It's perfectly fine. Okay? Factor first. Numerator over here. Let me get this. Okay. Numerator. I need things that multiply to negative 6, but add to negative 1.
Negative.
3 and 2.
X minus 3, x plus 2. Good. Denominator. Am I going to be able to factor it like this?
No.
No. But I can take a greatest common factor out of my denominator. I can take a 3 out. So I get 3 times x minus 3 times numerator over here. That special name again. Difference of perfect squares. Right, so I can get the square root of both. I get x plus 3, x minus 3. And then lastly, I need things that multiply to 9 and add to 6. Okay. Multiplies to 9, adds to 6, we say 3 and 3. Good. X plus 3, x plus 3. Alright, we have factored it. I want you to try and simplify it on your own. Alright, see what you get. We'll go through it in probably like 20 seconds, because that's all it should take you.
Wait. Is there gonna be two answers? Or no, you have to.
Wait,
Wait.
so you could say, like,
Yeah.
so you could say,
Yeah.
You gotta put foil on the top, right?
I got x plus 2 over 3 and x minus 3 over x plus 3.
Yeah, x plus 2 over 3, x minus 3.
and then you could say,
X plus 3.
Yep, we're not, make sure we're not,
Yeah, we're supposed to foil on top.
What do you do when you have this? What do you do when you
We're
have
gonna
both
foil,
of these?
right?
wait, hold on.
Because I have.
Can I go do that?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, your answer.
When did you write that down?
Alright,
Wait,
do you have a question?
so what do you,
Okay.
I have both of these answers.
Alright, hey guys, let's go through it quick. Like I said, we're not giving you a ton of time, so you should have been pretty quick. Alright. What do I have in my numerator and denominator that are similar that I can simplify Bailey?
X plus 3.
Bailey.
Come on.
Wait, what is that?
What do I have in my numerator and denominator that are similar that I can simplify?
X minus 3, X minus 3.
X minus 3 and x minus 3. Good. Is there anything else?
X plus 3, X plus 3.
X plus 3 and x plus 3. Anything else?
No.
No, that's it. So I'm done simplifying. Now I can multiply them. X plus 2 times x minus 3 over 3 times x plus 3. Is that an okay to leave our answer? Okay way to leave our answer?
No, you gotta foil.
No.
You gotta foil.
Right, hey, so I said the distributing part, the denominator's fine. On top though, I want you to FOIL it out. Alright? So you take one more step and FOIL it. X times x is x squared.
3x
Minus 3x
plus 2x.
plus 2x
Plus, I don't know, minus.
minus 6 over, I'm going to distribute it, but you don't have to, 3x plus 9.
Boom.
And then lastly, combining like terms, x squared minus x minus 6 over 3x plus 9. Alright? So that should be your final answer, or like I said, you don't have to distribute your denominator. Okay, we got time. Alright, we have two problems to do dividing. Question, Baker.
Did you have to simplify the 6 and the 9?
Can I simplify the 6 and 9 is a better question.
Yeah.
No.
Can I, guys?
No.
No, we can't, right? Remember, 9 is attached to this. It's 3x plus 9. X squared minus x minus 6. That's a whole term. Okay? Alright. You guys all remembered how to multiply fractions.
Yes.
Shh. How do we divide fractions?
You go across. Like.
Flip them, multiply them. What do we call that? We call it multiplying by the reciprocal.
The reciprocal.
Right? So, we multiply by reciprocal, or we keep, change, flip. You ever heard that before?
Yes.
You keep the first fraction, 2/3. You change division to multiplication, and you flip the second fraction. So it's either keep, change, flip, or it's multiply by the reciprocal. Alright, I'm not going to do that problem. I'm going to go right to ours, because I want to actually start it. It's the same thing with rational expressions. The first thing you should do is multiply by the reciprocal. So you keep your first fraction the same, x squared plus 6x minus 7 over 3x squared. Change to multiplication.
6x.
Flip your second fraction, 6x over x plus 7. Multiply by the reciprocal, keep, change, flip. Hey, now we've just turned into a multiplication problem, which we just did. We've been working on the whole day. Alright, so if you multiply by the reciprocal, you keep, change, flip. Now we're back to where we're comfortable. So, factor first. The numerator, I can factor to x plus 7, x minus 1, over 3x squared does not factor. 6x does not factor. X plus 7 does not factor. So I did keep, change, flip. I multiplied by the reciprocal. Now I factored. Now I can simplify.
X plus 7 cancels out.
I have x plus 7 on top, x plus 7 on the bottom. They cancel. They both become 1s, remember? Okay? Is there anything else in the numerator and denominator that I can simplify?
No.
6 and
Oh, the 6 and 3.
6 and
I
3.
was gonna say that about that.
Yeah, I thought it was just x squared.
So 6 and 3. 3 becomes 1. 6 becomes 2. There's one other thing I can simplify.
The 1
The x and the x
Oh,
squared.
yeah.
Right? Because they're multiplication. I can simplify those. I take an x out of both. I'm left with nothing there. I'm left with an x here. Alright? Does everyone follow me there?
Yeah.
Okay? So then I do my multiplication. 2 times x minus 1 over, on the bottom I'm left with just x, which becomes 2x minus 2 over x. Either one of those answers works. Alright, one more to do.
Last one.
It's kind of tricky. A lot of factoring to do. Okay?
Oh my.
So x minus 2 squared over 4x squared minus 16 divided by 21x over 3x plus 6. Keep, change, flip first, right? Multiply by the reciprocal first. Start there. X minus 2 squared over 4x squared minus 16 times 3x plus 6 over 21x. Alright. I did my multiplying by the reciprocal first. Now factor. The numerator, x minus 2 squared. Hey, that's the same as like x minus 2 times x minus 2, right?
Yeah.
Because anytime I square something, I multiply it by itself. Do not FOIL it. Do not FOIL it. Leave it like that. X minus 2 times x minus 2. Over. What happens to that denominator? 4x squared minus 16. Can I factor that?
The same thing.
before.
Yeah, I can take a 4 out. I can take a GCF out. Technically, it's a difference of perfect squares right now. But I'm going to take a 4 out first. 4 times x squared minus 4. Well, hey, wait.
You can do the same thing.
X squared minus 4. That's a what?
Oh, difference of perfect squares.
Difference of perfect squares. So we can factor that as well. So that factors to x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay, do we all follow me there?
Yeah.
Do we all follow that step?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Times 3x plus 6. Factor out a GCF. Factor a 3 out. I get x plus 2. 21x. Can't factor. Okay. So let's go through now. Let's simplify. X minus 2. Numerator, denominator.
X plus 2 times this.
X plus 2. Denominator, numerator. Is there anything else I can simplify? There's one other thing, if you can see it.
No.
The 3 and the 21. Right, I can't take this x and that x. That x is x minus 2.
Yeah, 7.
So I can take a 3 out of 3, and a 3 out of 21 is 7.
X minus 2
So now I can multiply x minus 2 on top
over 28.
over 4 times 7x.
28x.
28x. Guys, be very careful. Do not lose that x at the end. Yes, sir.
So you can like put the 7 on the 21 and factor it or whatever. But when it's 21 plus x, you can't.
If it was 21 plus x, we couldn't have done that. Those gotta be attached to each other. Good. Guys, any questions?
Nope.
Okay. I have the homework out now.